Tambi, Managing Director and CEO, Diamond Trust Bank. Good morning.
Good morning, Brian.
You have a South African name, and you do not look South African. Where did that come from?
I don't know, maybe my parents might have thought that I will end up in Africa.
And now you're in Africa.
I'm in Africa.
Wow, that's an interesting.
Yes.
But you are born in India.
India, yes.
And they gave it South African.
South African name. So there is a meaning for that. Yes. That is why I'm here.
Well, you launched the financial literacy campaign last week. Tell us about that. Why is it important?
See, financial literacy is one of the 4 pillars of financial inclusion. That first start with financial literacy, financial consumer protection guidelines that are there from the central bank. The third one is financial innovation, and the last one is the financial data and measurement, how the financial inclusion be achieved.
Right.
These are the 4 pillars. Now, we started with financial literacy in an aggressive way, even though Bank of Uganda started the financial literacy way back in 2011, and they have taken a lot of initiatives. Even you might have seen even the calendar of Bank of Uganda, every sheet used to be educating on financial literacy matters. So there are different stakeholders, government in the first place, and central bank, commercial banks under the Uganda Bankers Association. All of us are trying to achieve the same goal. We have maybe 39 to 40 million population, and out of that, maybe 17 or 18% maybe in the bank regulated financial segment. There are certain segments under informally served segment, and totally excluded. So how can we bridge that gap? Compared to many developed countries, the financial literacy, financial inclusion is very low here. And we are all responsible for that. What is the reason? Because we cannot blame the public, because there is a perception whether the savings is only for some rich people. The richness is relative. So even at a small earning, we should save something out of that, like 1,000 shillings. That habit has to be inculcated. That is what we started the financial literacy week. It is not, last week we started, it is for throughout the year. We started from the St. Lawrence University because we are aiming at the upcoming managers, the future managers. Many of them, they opened the first bank account with TTB.
Most people open their first bank account when they join university.
Yes. So there are 25 commercial banks. Let them open in any of one of the banks. Need not be in DTB alone. But all of us, we are trying to achieve the goal. There's a dream actually, when we can achieve that 100%, everyone maybe above 16 years with one bank account. Is it possible? It's a big dream, but we want to participate in that by some proactive action. That is what we are doing now.
Most people, like once in a while you go to a bank and you see a man actually, say, getting money from his pocket, from his socks. A woman getting money from her, her purse. And that one is, you're lucky to see that one. But most people will keep their money at home, under the mattress, in a pot, behind the door or something. Do people understand the role of commercial banks?
See, there's a certain amount of the segment, the population, they are scared of banks. Maybe there is a perception. I think we have to change the perception, because bank charges, whether the banks are taking away our money, they are partially true. Why I'm telling partially true? There are certain accounts with high charges. So if a customer opened an account which is not suitable for them, then they will end up with paying more and more charges. There are certain type of accounts where there are no charges. So for if you are going to Kenya, you can go by bus, you can go by aircraft, or even within that you can go in business class. So all costs are different. So you have to select your own product suitable for each one's pocket. Now, for that, there should be somebody to guide them. That was lacking. That is the reason that is a mis-selling. That is many of us banks, including me, I might have mis-sold. That could be one of the reasons. Now this is an area for correction. So that is what the central bank has come with a document called Key Fact Document. The Key Fact Document is the first document for financial consumer protection guidelines, under the consumer protection guidelines.
Is that something that consumers are supposed to
They should read? They should read. What was happening in the market? You go to a bank, open an account, there are so many things written, sign here, sign here, sign here, finish. Nobody is reading what is written.
Yeah.
So from that stage, now it is simplified into the key facts. One particular savings account. What are the features of the savings account? What is the minimum balance required? What are the charges for an ATM? What are the charges for a card? What are the charges for money remittance? So everything will be explained in detail about that particular product. That is called key fact document of that savings account. For every bank, we are supposed to educate the people, even with the local languages, because everybody may not know Luganda.
Yes.
So different regional languages. We have printed it, not only in English, in regional languages also.
Wow.
And it is available. When you go to Lira, you will get that particular Luo. It is available.
Yeah.
And Berara or Bale, different region, it is available. Not only with us, with all the commercial banks. So that is an opportunity for the public to understand, to change their perception. Banks are to protect your money and not to take away the money by taking the right products.
But what are you doing for consumers who, and I think it has happened to many of us, where all I want is, show me the dotted line and I'll sign.
That is why. That was a problem. That is what we are correcting now. Every bank, when a customer comes, it is not just signing on the dotted line. You have to read, you have to understand. Not only that, then you have to sign that this summary, this is a sort of executive summary of the account opening features. That is what is appearing in the key fact document. They will go through that. It is a 1 or 2 page document, very simple, very easy to understand. Then they will say, now I understood. So there is no gap in information between the service charges and the perception about the service charges. So that is what we have seen, even though within a short time, we have seen a lot of inquiries are coming, a lot of questions. Now people are telling, no, I selected a wrong account. I have to change it now. Now I understood.
Right.
There is an option.
Yeah.
You are in a one particular class of account. It is very easy to change into another class without even signing up so many things.
Yeah.
It is possible. There are a large number of dormant accounts in the banking industry. I don't know the percentage.
I think a couple of weeks ago I saw one of the banks printed.
No, it is a regulatory
printed dormant accounts.
Yeah, it is required for every bank. After a certain period, we have to publish the dormant account details to give a final chance to them to activate. Why these accounts are going dormant? The reason, this is the only reason, the gap in understanding. Which product I have taken? For example, a salaried employee, there is a salary account. In every bank, it will be there in with one name or other. Salary account has certain features without much charges and without much minimum balance and all these things. Because for any salaried class, after the day of salary, within 3 days, the balance will come to the lowest. It is quite,
right, that's true.
It is quite natural. We cannot blame. That's why working like that.
Yeah.
So we cannot give a product to them that your minimum balance should be 100,000, 200,000. It will not work.
Yeah.
Then what will happen? At the end of it, as per that particular product, we have to charge. So banks are charging. So where is the problem? The problem is in selecting the right product or guiding the customers. Banks failed. Banks failed in communicating it properly. That is what all the banks are coming now to take that corrective action.
That's good.
That is what central bank has done. So now there is an opportunity. Large number of people are under the informal or under the mobile money, not regulated financial segment. This is an opportunity for all of them. Maybe the 18 or 20% of the regulated segment to move to maybe to 80% or 70%, including that mobile money population into the banking segment. They are not competitors. Mobile money and banks are working closely.
And I've always had that question, and I don't know if you're in a position to talk about this, but what is the banking sector doing to compete with mobile money? Because most people are banking there.
No, that is a wrong, this is again a wrong perception of the media also.
Because now people,
I'll tell you, because mobile money is a channel to bring them to the regulated financial segment. Because mobile money, all the MNOs, the mobile network operators, or they colluded, they are connected with one or the other commercial banks, and they are providing the service. A person sitting in Karamoja or somewhere, unbanked areas,
where your branch cannot.
Yeah. So that is coming through the mobile money to the banking sector. The money is sitting in the bank.
Right.
So now the next step is to convert them into the bank account, an account holder. It is very easy. So the first step is already done. So don't be under the impression that banks are competing with mobile network.
Or mobile money is
mobile money.
Banks out of business.
No. We are joining hands to bring the financial literacy to a much higher percentage.
How can a consumer be protected from the simple things that banks do? Because I've had people, even on Twitter, people post when they are very angry about some banks and how they've been ripped off, too many charges. Do consumers understand some of
that? Is what I'm telling. That's what I'm telling. It is because of the selling was not okay. At the time of signing up the application, you should talk to the customer. What is your monthly income? How much you can keep? What will be the turnover in the account? Then you guide them. There are options 1, 2, 3. That is not happening. Open an account, they go, sign, done, then ending up with problem.
Yeah.
That is what we have to take. There were mistakes. That mistake, we have to correct the mistake. If we are not admitting our mistake, then we are not going to correct. So we have to admit the mistake. We have to take the corrective action. Then we have to take the next level of bringing everybody to the banking segment and to move the money from under the pillows or under the socks to the regulated banking segment, so that it can be used for the economic development of Uganda.
Right.
That is what we are all part of that, and that is what we are doing. And our financial literacy volunteers, they are in the market now.
Okay.
They are in the market. They are university students. We train them on every product and service so that they would be able to explain to the customers. And even if they fail to explain the 100% of the requirement, there is a hotline available. They can call and take even a customer.
Because I imagine the volunteer is all about, because you've given them a target and all they want is to get as many accounts as possible. Don't you run a risk of getting clients that are not well explained?
The volunteer, we train them, the volunteer to educate them, and even we give them high reward points for the first bank account. If a customer is opening the first bank account, then he will get additional reward for that. It is not like if they have 5, 6 accounts, open a 7th account here. No, that is not what we're aiming at. We are aiming at the unbanked population. The unbanked population, they should come to the financial segment. Yeah. That is why regulated financial segment. That is what we are doing, and that is the whole purpose. They are not running for numbers. They are not running for numbers. Right. Their idea, how many people, you train them. They are even, some of them are even available on Sundays or even Saturdays, because that is the only day available in a supermarket or mall somewhere, because we operate on many of the malls, like the Oasis Mall or Metroplex in Nalia or Victoria Mall in Entebbe or Tuskegee Mall in Boise or Kitindale, and even Freedom City. We are working in all these malls. Right. So the people are coming only on the Sundays and weekends. So that is an opportunity for them to understand. So there is no gap in communication or information, so that perception will be changed. It has already started. Right. So we are on the right track now, even though it is delayed.
Mr. Tambi, would I be right to say that, for example, mobile money is one of the innovations in the financial sector?
Yes.
And if that is, what other innovations are you thinking of or have brought as far as financial literacy is concerned?
It is one of the innovations. When we talk about innovation, innovation can come in many ways, because I still remember in 2007, DTB started the first 7-day, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. banking in Uganda, started from Chikubu. Because every eyebrows raised. Why? How can they open a branch in the night, 8 o'clock at Chikubu
in a place like Chikubu?
In a place like Chikubu.
You should open it in a place like Garden City or something.
But I will tell you, the country's security is good. The police was very much cooperative. They assured us all support. And we opened. There was no problems. So what happened at the end of it? The customers, those who were keeping the money under their carpet up to 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, they used to take that and put it in the bank.
That's good.
We were open, even now, 17 branches out of 33 branches of DTB including one in Barara, one in Bale, are all working 7 days a week, morning 8 o'clock to evening 8 o'clock. So on a Saturday night,
and some of us don't have time to go to the bank.
Yeah, that's why it is possible. So that was an innovation. That innovation we have done now. Many banks have done it with few branches. So now that innovation, that is now over. Now we have to go to the next level. How to go to a 24 hours banking? That is an innovation.
That would be interesting.
That would be an innovation. If a supermarket can work for 24 hours, why can't we work? So banks we may think like that. Maybe before end of 25, you may get a good news from one of the banks that 24 hours working. It could happen in Uganda. Yes.
Are you going to be the first to do that?
No, I don't want to be the first. Let it be anyone. Because what I'm telling, there are innovations coming in one way or other.
Yes.
Because with the machines, whether you are in a position to accept the cash even at 10 o'clock in the night, or you want to withdraw, not the ATM limit of 1 million or 2 million. Some emergency, 20 million, whether I can withdraw early morning, 2 o'clock, I have to rush to the hospital or whatever it is. Is it possible? So these are the innovation we have to think over.
Yeah.
The innovation, again, we will think a lot and more ideas will come. So that is why it is open to everyone. I am not going to whether we are going or somebody else is going. Let anyone come, so that let it be good for the customer, wherever they are. Right. So that is what, and another sort of innovation is on the product innovation, different segment of customers. For example, as of today, there is no specific product for the senior citizens or the aged ones. Now, DTB has just started that. A person above 60 years, he will be eligible for a slightly higher rate of interest compared to the others. Because these old people, what is the ultimate?
They've retired.
They're retired, they have got their retirement benefits, and how it can be effectively utilized at a slightly higher return, and for their remaining part of the life. That type of thing. Second thing, one of the gap here, what we have seen in Uganda and across East Africa, is the period or the time of deposit. In all developed countries, people will place a deposit for 5 years and even 10 years. For example, in India, the maximum time for a fixed deposit is 10 years. And customers are coming whether I can open an account for 20 years. It is not possible. Then they are giving an instruction, at the end of 10 years, you automatically renew for another 10 years. That is the way, not only in India, many countries. Whereas in Uganda, we have seen when you open a fixed deposit, the maximum, the horizon is 6 months, 1 year, and or maximum 2 years. So that again that is again a change which is needed. Whether like a pension, by putting small money, whether after a certain age, whether you will get a monthly payment like that. So these type of product innovations, this is very important.
Yeah.
So we can see product innovation from one bank or the other. During 2015, you can see a lot of changes in innovation, because as far as DTB is concerned, we want to achieve the 3 out of the 4 pillars. The 4th pillar, it is not for us to measure, it is for a central bank and the government to measure how much the data, the financial literacy, how it achieved. So financial education, financial literacy, that is the first one. The second one, consumer protection guidelines and the key fact document. The third one is financial innovation. These 3, we are moving ahead in 2015, and you can see lot of changes in this area from DTB and maybe from many of our other colleagues.
Varghese Tambi, Managing Director and CEO of Diamond Trust Bank, joining us this morning. We'll have to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining us. Is the financial literacy week still going on?
It is not a week, it is a year.
It is
we started last year.
Okay.
The first phase ends on 31st of December 2015, and we may go to the second phase.
So I can walk into any of the branches?
You need not even walk in. You just give a ring, somebody will come to you, and they will explain what are the features. You need not come to them, you be here. Or some people will
Talk
come.
about innovation.
Yes, that is the innovation.
Yes.
You be at your home, be at your office, you be wherever you are. We are there, we will come there at our cost with a form, but no cash transactions. Only you can sign cash deal directly at a secured environment, not in this mode. But the account opening, education, clarifications, Document, including the photo. We'll come with a camera to take the photo.
Wow.
Don't worry, don't worry. You need not even keep a photo. ID, you keep the ID. Don't keep the photocopy. We will come with a scanner to take it.
Oh.
So these are all innovations. So we have everything.
Thank you. Wow.
Let us make Uganda 100% financially included society. That is our aim. Let us work for that. Thank you.
Are you scared of the bank? Well, that is some information that could help you. If you've watched this segment, maybe at the tail end, we'll upload it on our Twitter and, of course, our YouTube channel, and you can get to know more about your money. Catch more of this, of course, on Money Matters every Thursday at 7:30 p.m., and you can get to understand more Money Matters. That's your everyday life this morning, powered by ICEA Group and Star Times. Stay with us. When we come back, we'll be looking at whether Gorola's win was actually legit. And many people are saying, but when will Gorola actually have a deserved win? But also, the latest from Manchester United against Arsenal over the weekend. Sports coming up.